Whoa. Ha ha. I'm back at it.
Yo, what up? This is mixing and mastering with Bandlab. I'm gonna show you guys how to mix and master a hook today. I looked everywhere when I first started doing Bandlab, working on Bandlab for tutorials on making hooks, hip hop verses, all that, and I just couldn't find it. But before we get into this session, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time to go down, hit that like button, subscribe, support the family.
I said move. Ask how many swishes, I said 2. Ask me how I'm doing, I'll be rude.
We're gonna start with track 1. That's my lead vocal right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute all the other tracks, all up to the first vocal. I'm gonna play it dry. Here we go. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them. Alright, I'm gonna start with the first vocal, and what I have done here is I put autotune, and I found the key by just humming and singing the song without the beat, and whatever pitch sounded better to me is what I used. Every song is different. So with this song, I use a D B major and a B D minor. And for the preset, I always use hi-fi scoop, just so that way it's like, it brings out the high pitch, the mid pitch, and the low pitch. And I'll show you guys about the EQs in a different video. But what I'm gonna do here is go ahead and turn on all of the presets that comes with a preset already, and this is what it's gonna sound like. Alright, now what I always like to do after that, after I get the first vocal in, is I like to put punches in. So like when I do, like right here where he says, when I came back, let me unmute those ones. Alright, and these are my tracks. I always do double, and sometimes I go all the way to the left with it and all the way to the right. But with this song, I like the way it sounded when it was in the middle. And I just put the second track, the duplicated track, put the volume just a little bit lower than the first one. And with the punchlines, I put auto-tune, and I found out I wanted it to sound just a little off, like from the first one, so it sounds a little bit of like a crowd in the background. So I put AB, a key lower than the lead vocal. And then with the second duplicated one, since I wanted it to sound like a crowd, I did a very high pitch GB major and an EB minor key and a high auto tune. And this is what it came out to sound like. And that's all it does, is it kind of gives a little punch on the words that you say in your lead vocal. And then before we move on, I'm gonna turn all the presets that came with the app on. And again, I'll show you guys more about the EQs in another video, and the space maker and all that. Alright, well, with this next track that I'm gonna unmute, this is my ad-libs. With this type of song, it's a slow song, so I do a little bit of humming here and there in the background. And that's what I did on this track. I turned the volume up over my punch words and a little bit under my lead vocal to make it sound like it's in the background. And I turned it all the way to the right so it sounds really in the background.
And like I was saying, how I kept it all the way to the right, I duplicated that and I turned it all the way to the left on this bottom one. And I turned the volume just a little bit under. Or I'd say that looks like the same exact volume on both sides. So it sounds the same in the background. And this is what it sounds like.
Whole split, put my face in the snow, took a sniff, then I came back. Addiction in my brain isn't me, but I made that. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them.
I don't know how well that was to hear, but I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as I did with the other tracks and go ahead and turn on all the presets that came with the app. Okay, now with these next two tracks, these are the same exact presets as each other. And what I did is I put a high autotune with this one, and I put the key to match the punch words. And I turned it way down, way in the background, probably like the lowest tracks out of all of them to go with the lead voice. With the second track, the second duplicated track, I turned the auto-tune off and I kept the GB major and EB minor to match the punch words and the ad-libs. And this is what it sounds like.
I drank a whole fifth and I smoked a whole split, put my face in the snow, took a sniff, then I came back. Addiction in my brain isn't me, but I made that. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them. Cause when they gone, they ain't the ones who has to miss them.
Alright, now, as always, go back and turn on every preset that came with the app. And this is what it's going to sound like.
I drank a whole fifth and I smoked a whole split, put my face in the snow, took a sniff, then I came back. Addiction in my brain isn't me, but I made that. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them. Cause when they gone, they ain't the ones who has to miss them. Think about the family and the girl who has to kiss them, yeah.
And the cloud with the arrow pointing up in the right hand top corner, go ahead and save it. Now, after you saved it, you're gonna have to give it a second to press, because Bandlab already has a mixing and mastering tool at the end of it when you save every song. So it does a little bit of tweaking, helps you out here and there, but I'll show you guys how to change that mixing and mastering out as well. Alright, now that your video is saved, this is what it's gonna sound like with Bandlab's overall mix and master.
Drank a whole fifth and I smoked a whole split, put my face in the snow, took a sniff, then I came back. Addiction in my brain isn't me, but I made that. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them. Cause when they gone, they ain't the ones who has to miss them. Think about the family and the girl who has to kiss them, yeah.
Now, you go to view details, and right here, you see the 3-dot icon in the top right corner. Go ahead and click that. I forgot to mention before I ended the last recording, when you click those 3-dot icons, go to edit mastering. Alright, now once you're here, you could listen to your original sound here. Push play. And that's what it sounds original. And then this is for bass boost, obviously. It says what it is. And I'm not too sure what this diamond here icon would do. I'll give you a listen. Here it is. That's a little loud. I don't really like that one. But here's one for CD quality. I use this a lot, but most of the time, I don't know. I like my originals. You guys let me know, but here it is. Alright. That's the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends if they're trying to figure out mixing and mastering on Bandlab. In my next video, I'll probably go over the EQs or Space Maker. You guys let me know. Thanks. Peace.
I drank a whole fifth and I smoked a whole spliff. Put my face in the snow, took a sniff, then I came back. Addiction in my brain isn't me, but I made that. Talk about disease, it was me who chose to take that. And no, I ain't dissing on prescription, but if they paid attention, I wish they never listened to the doctor saying that the shit would fix them. Cause when they gone, they ain't the ones who has to miss them. Think about the family and the girl who has to kiss her.